Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm so glad you're here. It's Con Carne recording in Avondale tonight. Con Carne presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross is one of the all-time greats in comics and graphic novels. If you read comics and graphic novels, you already knew that, and you should probably visit alexrossart.com whenever you get a chance to buy original artwork, see original artwork. If you've never seen Alex Ross's work, you should also visit alexrossart.com and see the photorealistic way he paints covers and occasionally pages. He makes these characters, whether it's Spider-Man or Doctor Strange or Batman or Wonder Woman, look like they are real-life people. They look like photographs. It is incredible stuff. And you can keep up to date with Alex in the studio on his YouTube page at the Alex Ross Art.
Hi, this is Alex Ross. I appreciate you guys supporting our YouTube, and we create new content every week. I hope you will continue to support us, and please subscribe.
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
We are now just weeks away from the fight for air climb in Oakbrook. We are going to take on the Oakbrook Terrace Tower, the tallest building in the Chicago suburbs. We're going to do this together. We're going to take each step one at a time, and we're going to get to the top of the Oakbrook Terrace Tower. I've teamed up, this podcast, Con Carne, has teamed up with the American Lung Association to help save lives. When you can't breathe, nothing else matters. So let's do this together. Get on my team. The Fight for Air Climb is on a Sunday. It's March 10th. It's fully customizable. You can go up the 30th-floor stairwell once, twice, or if you really want to impress people, 3 times. I'd be really impressed if you did that. Get yourself registered. The URL is on your screen. It's fightforairclimb.org/Chicagoland. And you can take a couple bucks off, too. If you use Carne, my promo code, CARNE, take $10 off and get yourself registered. And if for some reason you can't join me for this one, we're going to take on Soldier Field next. One major landmark at a time, but it all starts with the Oakbrook Terrace Tower. It is the American Lung Association Fight for Air Climb. I'm doing it. I'm going to wear comfortable shoes. I want you to be part of it with me. fightforairclimb.org/Chicagoland. I'll see you on the stairs. Con Carne, also sponsored by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Safety and security are things that you and I want, need, and expect. What if you could always come home, walk through the front door or the back door to a well-lighted house knowing that you and everyone inside were safe? Or know that that package you were waiting on was delivered safe and secure? Embrace the future of smart living. Empower your home with intuitive control. Call my guy Dan at Easy Automation for a free, no-hassle quote, 630-730-3728, 630-730-3728, or just go to easy-automation.net. You made a gravy and gin shot?
I made a gravy and gin shot.
And?
It wasn't that bad.
Salty.
The botanicals and the gin mixed with the gravy was not as bad as you think.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just curious. Some scientific things weren't meant to happen.
I was trying to show off.
Is that showing off?
Sean, you should have done the cranberry liquor.
I flew too close to the sun. Like
Icarus.
Yeah. It's kind of my shtick.
Daedalus warned you.
It's kind of.
You want to talk the Peace of Mind album by Iron Maiden and go into Flight of Icarus?
I love that song.
I learned everything about mythology, I think, based on my interest in that song.
I played it for my son the other day.
It's still great. That album is still great.
I could go on about Iron Maiden.
I wish you would. All right, so here we are. We are in Avondale. It's the Rapture, baby. I don't care. We can eat DMen Tap food forever. We could stay right here. I'm here with Sybris. All 4 members of Sybris jammed into my car. Angela, Phil, Shawn, and Clayton. We are celebrating the release of a lost record on this episode. Gold on Hold by this man Sybris was recorded 13 years ago, and it never came out. That in itself would be a tragic story. if not for the fact that it's finally seeing the light of day. 15 years after your last album. No rush. Gold on Hold, the third album from Sybris, long on the digital shelf, will be released digitally, on CD, and on handsome vinyl on February 23rd. Let's start there, members of Sybris.
Well, we can start by saying it's not coming out then. At
Put it
all.
back on the digital
But we
shelf.
do have a great rock show coming out on the 25th.
Wait. Okay, so when's the release?
It's in the ether.
No,
It's gonna be this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We just found out.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Do I need to hold this episode?
No. No, we can use it to promote the show on the 25th.
Okay, let's... the 25th with Yakuza is at Thalia Hall.
But we should still talk about
Yeah,
the record.
You can't drop that on me and speed past it. What's going on?
Well, we can tell the truth.
There's distributor issues.
There's
Our label
distributor issues.
decided that they wanted to switch distributors, and they didn't want our record to come out and not be distributed correctly. So there we is. On hold, on gold, on hold forever.
Yeah.
Hold on,
On
on
hold.
hold. It's kind of a joke at this point. Like, it's really not a joke that's not funny.
Is it fair to ask if the record is cursed?
It might be.
Maybe so. It's not like we've been actively trying to put it out for 13 years or whatever, but yeah, there's something going on.
Did you record the album over a Native American burial ground?
We
Yes.
recorded the album at a boathouse on Lake Erie.
Did sailors die in a tragic flood?
The Battle of 1812, where Oliver Hazard Perry said, "Don't give up the ship." That famous line that happened yards away from where we recorded the album.
I felt that.
It's a true story. The Battle of 1812, the Battle of Lake Erie, was fought right where we recorded this album.
All right, now here's the thing, Sybris. I came prepared with questions relative to the songs on the album. I'm not going to ask you those questions. Because what's the point if people can't hear the album for who knows when?
They can come see the album performed live.
They can see it when we're going to talk about that. But let's zero in on Dead, since people can actually enjoy that.
Sure.
They can.
They can absolutely enjoy this. This is the one you came back with. This is the one you announced to the world. Sybris has returned. It's a fun groove. It's a bouncy song about, I'm assuming, relationship death.
No.
No. What's it about?
Angela?
It's kind of like literal death or wanting to die, I guess. Not, it's not like I really wanted to die, but it was kind of, I don't know. At the time that this record was written, there was just like a lot of chaos and all kinds of things going on, and there's some people kind of dropping like flies and sort of actively trying to die. And I think that while I didn't start necessarily living like some healthy lifestyle to like prolong my own life, something about that like made me really want to like live more. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I think it was just like I don't know, like a I don't know, like I just wanted to like kick life in the dick, and
Sometimes you gotta kick life in the dick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
All the time.
All the time.
Or life kicks me in the dick all the time.
Life's been known to kick back.
I kick myself in the dick.
When life kicks you in the dick.
That's why
Dick at all.
I don't leave the house without a cup on. But here's the interesting thing: knowing what this song is about, it's a very fun-sounding song. If you're not paying attention, like it's bouncy, it's joyful. Even the video is fun, where DMen Tap is essentially purgatory. Does it feel that way sometimes?
Purgatory's part of it. It can be hellish at times.
Yeah, hell, no. purgatory.
we love it. It's heavenly.
So, Angela, did the lyrics come before the music on this? Did you have the lyrics written, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay. And you heard the song and you thought, this will be interesting to layer on top?
No, I don't really quite remember since it was so very long ago. I don't exactly remember how it happened. I think it kind of had the it was just a ditty, and and it was very wordy, and I couldn't really play guitar and sing at the same time, so it was like let's make it like a, I don't know, like a oldies song or something.
It's a bit like an oldie song. What I find interesting about this song is it's like You Want to Be Dead. You can edit this off if it makes sense, but I was listening to that local band Dead, and Dead, D-E-H-D, their songs, like Dead, our song Dead kind of sounds like a Dead song, even though it was written 13 years before Dead was probably a band. But it's like You Want to Be Dead. It's like kind of a...
I'm just glad it doesn't sound like a Dead song like the Grateful Dead.
Ooh,
Hey.
That'd be a problem.
we've been jamming the Grateful Dead at practice.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, once.
Like what Dead song did you bust out at practice?
Well, who?
Well, which one didn't we? We did Scarlet Begonias. We did Casey Jones.
But we didn't have. We only had our PA, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just because we only have one speaker or whatever, but the Jerry Garcia's voice was not in it, so it was like almost, I don't know, like some karaoke version, but we didn't know the words to. Shameful.
Clayton was wearing a Grateful Dead shirt, and it was like, name 3 songs. Can you name 3 Grateful Dead songs?
Absolutely not, no.
No, but he was wearing a shirt because he likes the skeleton. And so,
Cool.
But I know a lot of Grateful Dead songs
I
for some reason.
I could play
'cause
that
I'm
game.
old as fuck. And so we started playing Grateful Dead. What we knew of Grateful Dead songs.
All right, so Sybris, let's take a step back since Sybris is back, right? I mean,
We're back.
You're doing this show at Thalia Hall. There's an album that's going to come out. It's going to
Soon
come
it'll
out.
be out.
It'll be out.
But this is, you're back together. I guess let's start with when you kind of walked away. Was it because this album stalled and you couldn't get it out?
Sorta.
Sort of. I think we all have our own version of what happened. I don't know do you want to hear first?
Memory is. I'm learning. Memory is really strange. Like we all went through the exact same experience together, but the way we remember it is really different, I think.
I will say my version of it is we were really on a roll in the aughts, like 2003 to 2008.
You
we
played
were on-
Lollapalooza. I mean,
Yeah, Virgin Music Fest, Austin City Limits.
Yeah.
We got to play the Aragon, a sold-out show at the we were headlining, but there was a lot. We were playing private parties with Wolfmother and the Blues Traveler. Like 1 month it was Blues Traveler, the next month we were playing a private show at the Metro, like with Wolfmother. And at the time Wolfmother was like, it was some crazy ass shit. And so we kind of thought like this was the trajectory of our lives, and we put out our second album. This is just my version, and the album kind of tanked. Not a lot happened, and like the phone calls stopped, and we just the show offers stopped, and we just kind of were like, hey, let's take a break for a second, and like never got back. And then 10 years later we got back. That's kind of how I saw. Just expectations were very high, and when they didn't hit, like it got to be a little depressing, like what are we doing?
well, and it's rock and roll 101. You burnt out before you faded away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right, so
What do you?
Sybris, is that accurate? Or, I feel like a
What's your
police
version,
officer.
Phil?
I'm like a detective taking testimony.
Yeah. I think we got busy, and it was like you can only put so much of yourself into stuff, and there was enough other things pulling us in different directions. food truck that we started, Shawn and I did, and then also other bands and families, like babies, like all kinds of stuff happened that I totally agree with the crushing disappointment of like Into the Trees. We just were so hyped that we're like, we're gonna take some kind of step here, and it was I don't know, a sidestep at best, probably a step backwards.
I'd say step backwards.
And that was just like, it's just trying for so many albums with different bands. At some point, you're like fully crushed. I felt fully crushed at that point.
I'm so sorry. This is a quintessentially Chicago band story.
I mean, I remember watching Saturday Night Live 2 weekends in a row. I'm not going to say who they were, but there was one weekend was someone that we played shows with, and the next weekend was someone that we slept on a floor in Canada together, like someone that left the band that we were on tour with to become in a band that like was one of the biggest bands ever at that time. And it was like 2 weekends in a row I'm watching Saturday Night Live by myself. I wasn't out partying. I had a 3-year-old at the time, and was just like, wow, that should be us, man. I was drinking by myself.
Yeah.
What did we do wrong?
And the answer is probably nothing.
Nothing.
That's just the fucked up luck of how this stuff works. But here you are now.
Yeah.
Are there any radically differing stories in the backseat that we missed, like the big blowout between band members?
There wasn't really like any kind of blowout between band members. Like Phil said, we just had a whole lot going on, just separately. And I think it all eventually caught up with us. I mean, I didn't join this band until 2010 or 11, something like that. Right?
When did you? I don't remember.
I don't know. It feels like a lifetime ago.
So post Wolf Mother.
Yep. Yeah. So for me to come in and see it almost on the tail end of everything that they've done with Into the Trees, the second album, then somehow we just ripped through and wrote Gold on Hold, which was amazing. The process was it's still like in all the bands I've been in, is one of the best, like just most cooperative writing process I've ever been a part of, and it was great. But I think it just when I actually came out and we got done mixing it, it just something wasn't sounding right, and then a whole lot of things happened at once, and it was like, all right, we need to hit pause, and then it really didn't get on pause until now-ish.
So when Gold on Hold finally sees the light of day, will it in fact be the true best day in history ever?
Hey.
Thank you.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
I was banking that one.
Yeah.
Did I mention
nice.
we're outside DMen Tap?
Oh, look at this.
DMen
Some sack.
Dave's
Malort.
got a big sack and a little sack.
I really like your roller skates.
Malort ice cream.
Are there roller skates? Malort ice cream is in here. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dave.
Love you,
That's
buddy.
Dave.
That's
Dave's a
Dave.
good dude.
Dave's the 5th member of the band.
Yeah, he is absolutely a member of this band.
Carrying more than onions right
All right,
now.
I'm going to have you hold this for a second. Before we get into this, yes, we're outside DMen Tap, outside-ish. We're about to eat delights and food from there. As you open that stuff, I do want to mention that Con Carne, this podcast right here, is participating in the Fight for Air climb in Oak Brook. We are climbing the tallest building in Chicago suburbs, the Oak Brook Terrace Tower. Sunday, March 10th, join me. I'm going to take those stairs one at a time. You can be part of the team. fightforairclimb.org/Chicagoland, and the American Lung Association is giving $10 off your registration when you enter the code CARNE, C-A-R-N-E, at checkout. I've got my own promo code.
Look at that.
That's how you know
That's pretty cool.
this podcast has arrived.
Yes.
Legit, very legit.
See you on the stairs.
Killing it.
Yes, the Fight for Air climb in Oak Brook, and if you can't make that one, I'm going to do it at Soldier Field too.
Wow.
So with that, I wanted to eat healthy in preparation. We are outside DMen Tap. What do we have here?
Yeah, what do we have here?
Oh,
What
boy.
mysteries await?
When we did the Taste of Chicago, we got voted one of the healthiest food items at the Taste of Chicago by Humana Healthcare.
Did you really?
We did.
What was the item?
The doner kebab itself is relatively, I'm not going to say relatively, it is a very healthy food item. You have grilled chicken, you have a tzatziki sauce that's
let's
made
find
with yogurt, so yogurt's got the good probiotics.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the rest of it's basically just a salad and vegetables,
Hold this.
live vegetables. So
This is
I also like to think that like we have the currywurst, which might be one of the most unhealthy things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at all this health food. We
We got
have.
a double sausage currywurst, and that's
What
probably
I don't know what
like
kind of health food that is.
2 million calories.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That needs the curry sauce to go on it.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
is this curry sauce here?
I guess they didn't. Yeah.
All right, so what is this? This is
Is that curry?
This is the curry sauce that goes over it. Shall I pour it?
Yeah.
But what are we looking at
Pour
here?
it.
That is a double currywurst.
Double
but the curry
currywurst.
sauce isn't on it yet.
Oh boy.
Ooh, sexy pour.
Let's do a
live,
slow-mo.
live slow
steamy.
mo.
Oh yeah.
Should I do this?
Yeah, oh, it's steamy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
hot.
Do
Oh,
you
that
like
smells.
this? Do you like it? Does it smell good?
Don't stop. Don't stop.
No, I'm not gonna stop. Tell me when to stop. Slap my leg when you want me to stop.
I'm
Feel
getting
like,
I'm
feel
getting
like
out,
a food cuck back here.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the car. I'm uncomfortable.
What's this? I wonder.
All right, this smells amazing. I'm gonna try. Can I just reach in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
That's your doner kebab.
Okay, well, we'll go there.
Doner bowl. It used
Oh,
to be
man.
called doner rice.
Yeah.
And then there's the last guy's like a
Cheese Curds
poutine
away
guy.
That curry.
Quickly.
That's pretty good, right?
That is
I'm not supposed to look at it.
that is delicious. All right, who wants some?
I'm gonna get it.
First
out
time I
here.
ate that when we were in Germany, when we were researching
You should try
this
these
food
curds.
truck, I was like, what the fuck is this food item?
Does this have to get
Oh,
sauce
here
on
we
it
go.
here?
Yeah. Get this sauce here.
These are self-explanatory, yes?
Cheese
Yeah,
curds, baby.
cheese curds.
Oh yeah.
What kind of cheese is
It's
it?
a white cheddar, and it's got crispy golden browned crispy bits on the outside, and it comes with a delicious sweet tangy curry sauce.
The same curry sauce
What
is
is
on the
this
sausage,
voice?
Phil?
Oh man.
The same curry
Not
sauce?
nearly as perverted.
Ooh, what's that
Are those
sauce?
crispy
You guys.
You guys ready to pour? You want to pour some more sauce, Sean? I've got the poutine here. You can pour it over some fries.
I only have room for one pour.
Okay, all right. We'll pour it back here.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so DMen Tap, we should mention as we're busting out the food, 2849 West Belmont in Avondale. This neighborhood, you've just watched this explode around you, haven't you?
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, this is the neighborhood to be in. And with the cool neighborhood, really. You've got we're looking at the horror house, you got Kuma's over there, you got Bucket of Blood around the corner, Beer Temple.
Whoa.
Cool little neighborhood.
Yeah, it's great. Those places especially are great. Bucket of Blood.
Reed's.
That's like Reed's. Bucket of Blood's like our brother-sister business on the block.
Bucket of Blood, which I swear has some of the best vinyl prices in the city.
They do. They know what they're doing.
They absolutely know what they're doing.
They love their
Have some poutine.
guests.
Oh, no.
No.
Poutine.
And tell me about the gravy, because we were talking about the gravy before we started recording.
Good gravy.
Good gravy.
Well, here's the deal. We like to cater to like people who might have relationships where the guy might be a vegetarian and the other person that they're dating might be a meatitarian. So we like to make dishes that can transfer over. And so our gravy, instead of making it a meat gravy, we have a mushroom gravy.
That's good gravy.
And it's good gravy. That way you can have the poutine without meat on it, and then it's vegetarian. But you can also get sausage on it, chicken on it.
Can you
that's
get
great.
gin?
This one we
You
did
get
was
in
like
it.
gin. You can get a shot of gin,
This gravy's great.
Mm-hmm.
and we can also get it with seitan. And we have a
Hail Satan.
bratwurst
Yeah.
seasoned seitan.
That's the one that's on that one. We make a couple different seitans in house.
But you make your own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That gravy's going to be a problem. Somebody please eat this before I
Yeah.
commit absolute gluttony. Oh, my God.
Now, Sean, do you have any plastic utensils up there in that sack? Maybe.
In my sack?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
This sack is sealed.
Denied.
Thanks,
Denied.
Dave.
I can look in this sack of
Here's
ice
the
cream.
Classic donor if you want to get.
Oh,
it
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
this is what brought you to the dance here. Explain what a donor is.
So, donor is like gyro or rotisserie. So it's like a
Currywurst.
vertical spit
That's yum.
that's roasted. It's the same kind of thing, but this one's from Turkey instead of from Greece. or I guess like al pastor would be the same thing in like Mexican cuisine. So it's a vertical spit. We stack and marinate the meat ourselves, freeze them up, shave them off. This one in particular is chicken, but we do a beef as well.
I wish people could smell this. I really do.
Definitely a Turkish spice blend
Whoa.
versus like a shawarma or something else. And then you got the harissa that maybe just hit you on the top. We do a ferment on that and mix it in. So it's a little bit, not too far off almost from a mole, but without the cocoa in it.
This is really
or
flavorful.
like it's originally based off a North African like hot sauce, harissa, cumin, caraway, and cardamom in there. But yeah, we make that in house, do a little ferment on it, mix it in, get a little umami in that flavor. The tzatziki, we make a nice thick yogurt tzatziki in house. It tastes a little mint coolness to it. The doner, like Shawn was saying, has a lot of like healthy stuff, like those little sliced up tomatoes in there, cherry tomatoes.
Oh, I like the tzatziki.
And yeah, all kinds of good stuff. But you got to get crispy, and also, it is like Shawn was saying. Also, it is healthy because a lot of the fat in the chicken will drip off. When on a vertical spit. That's part of like cooking on a vertical spit. You get the char on the outside, but like any unhealthy stuff.
More worst. Ooh.
All right. So when did you this started as a food truck? When was that?
2014. In the year.
Really?
2014.
I feel like it was.
In 13, we did a currywurst stand at Dark Lord Day, and just sold currywurst, but not out of a truck. And then we got the truck in 2013. And three
Band was
Floyd's
over.
friends helped
When did
get us
we
painted
stop
and
playing
built out.
shows?
Yeah, band was done. I think our last show maybe was 2012.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got busy.
And before I ask you more questions, I just need to say this curry, I could eat it with a spoon.
It's so good.
Yep.
Like, I love the sausage on here, but oh my God, this curry is. It's sweet. It's like you guys.
Aw.
It's so good.
And tangy, just like us.
So, the transition from food truck to brick and mortar, was that inspired in part by the fact that the city is not great with food trucks?
100%.
Yep. You nailed it.
Take that.
Had you, when you started the truck, had the idea to eventually grow into a brick and mortar, or was this something that
It
was
was
just kind
always
of forced?
there.
Yeah, I mean, doner kebab is meant, it's late night drunk food in Europe, so you should have it with a beer. So why wouldn't we have a place where you could have it with
Yes.
a beer? And currywurst to some extent too, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, this currywurst is
Have it
great
late.
hangover food. This makes perfect sense. I'm going to hand this back after I have one more. No
I
forks.
think they're in the sack.
I'm going to open this sack.
Yeah, they're
Can
in
someone
the
take this?
fork sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he said there's ice cream and stuff in here.
Are there napkins, or am I
what?
using my pants?
It's got to be some napkins in that fork sack.
Fork sack, baby,
it up,
fork
ma'am.
sack.
Fork
That's
sack.
where it's at. Well, yes, there is stuff in this fork sack.
I feel like Dave wouldn't have brought the food without napkins.
Oh, Dave, here's some napkins for you.
I'm going to take one and pass it back.
Dave
Here's
is a
some
champion.
Malort ice cream.
Malort ice cream at last.
Ew.
Not ew.
Take one down, pass it around.
I'm going to pass the Malort ice cream back.
Black velvet.
And you have one fork.
Did you try
Wait.
the Lord ice cream?
Where'd the extra fork come from?
It's amazing.
We were hoarding it.
Oh.
Amazing how that works.
I don't know.
Oh, then I want to try the Malort ice cream.
Did you try any of it, James?
No.
Okay.
All right, so explain how this is made.
It's a rich custard, and we make a rosemary grapefruit syrup with the Malort. Mix that into the custard to flavor it up. So it's a really delicious thing. But if you don't like Malort, about 40 seconds in,
All right, and then you can
it goes south on you
bite it.
and tastes like
Is that
Malort.
okay with you?
But if you like Malort, it's heavenly.
I think this is great.
The custard base
Wow.
is really good.
Is grapefruit the only thing that matches with or pairs with Malort,
That's good.
flavor-wise?
I think the rosemary goes okay. Also earwax and pennies.
And orc cum.
And-
Grapefruit juice.
All right, I'm going to pass this on. My God, that's really good. All right, so where do we leave off? Open the brick and mortar. It feels to me from afar that it caught on pretty quickly. Is that accurate? Am I inflating what happened?
Nuts.
Still kind of waiting for it to catch on.
Really?
Shit
No,
all over me.
that can't be true.
No, it has its cult following.
And what is that following? Is it gamers, dangerous loners, food aficionados?
No, not dangerous. Food aficionados, gamers, the more like nerd-inclined types, sexy nerds.
Sexy nerds?
Yeah.
People don't want to get
Someone
away
on-
from the sports bars, man.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's it.
Someone on Reddit described this as the place where the hot people go to play D&D. I thought that was pretty funny.
So D&D is a whole thing here. Confession, I've never played in my life. Not that I haven't wanted to.
Nerd.
But it feels it's always felt like too hard to like dive in. I mean, is the D&D stuff that happens at DMen like advanced level? Like
No, we make it. We have 2 nights a week that are for beginners.
okay,
And that's Tuesday and Wednesdays around 7:30.
all right. So DMen Tap, 2849 West Belmont. The food is so good. Hours of DMen?
Roughly 4 to 2 on weekdays, and then on weekends noon till 2, except for Saturday till 3.
Excellent.
That extra hour.
All right. So, in summary, 25th of February at Thalia Hall, we can see Sybris. Sybris is back. Clearly, Sybris is back.
We're back.
Here in the car. And that album, we're going to get it eventually.
Any minute now, we'll have that release date. I talked to the record label today, as a matter of fact, because I'm like, I'd like to book our release show. And I was like, just hold on one more minute.
So Gold on Hold is what we'll be celebrating. This is just like, we're just kind of staggering the fun. Like we're building excitement here.
Making it last.
All right, we'll see you at Thalia Hall. We look forward to the release of the album, the long-awaited release. And before we close, I do want to mention I'm teaming up with the American Lung Association to help them save lives. We're going to save lives, Sybris.
I love it.
I've committed to climbing the Oakbrook Terrace Tower, also Soldier Field for the Fight for Air climbs. The one at Oakbrook Terrace Tower is on March 10th. It is an indoor experience that is customizable, and you can get yourself registered at fightforairclimb.org/Chicagoland. Sybris, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.